At one moment, I looked at myself and saw that I too was made of light. Sometimes I was not even a form anymore, but just a point of consciousness floating in the vastness of the universe. It was a state of unity and bliss beyond description. Welcome to Let's Lift the Veil, where we will dive into one of the most extraordinary near-death experience testimonies ever shared. A moving story, filled with light, love, and profound revelations, inviting us to reflect on the meaning of life and what lies beyond the veil. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments, so that this message of hope and transformation can reach as many people as possible. I still remember April 20th, 2009, as if it had just happened. I had a severe heart attack, and my heart stopped beating. In that moment of clinical death, I stepped into an experience that completely transformed my understanding of life and existence. It all began when I felt myself leaving my body. Suddenly, I was floating above, watching the medical staff working frantically to revive me. And then it hit me, I was no longer bound by my physical form. I discovered extraordinary new abilities. My vision expanded into a full 360 degrees. I could see above, below, behind, and ahead, all at once. I could zoom into any detail simply by focusing on it. I traveled at the speed of thought. The moment I wished to be somewhere, I was instantly there. I could pass through walls and matter without resistance. It was exhilarating beyond words. Even more astonishing, I could hear people's thoughts. Before they even spoke, I knew what they were about to say. Their minds echoed in mine, and I could tune in to one voice at a time. Driven by curiosity, I visited my mother at her home, and realized I could see her and hear her thoughts as if I were right there. Suddenly, I felt myself pulled with great force through a long black tunnel. I was rushing forward at incredible speed. Around me, other beings traveled the same path. Our shared look carried an unspoken truth. I think we're dead. Ahead, a point of light grew larger as I drew nearer. With every instant, the light filled me with overwhelming peace, immense joy, and an indescribable love. Finally, I entered the light. It was brilliant, radiant, but never blinding. This light was not just a vision, it was alive, conscious and aware of me. Most of all, it loved me. The love I felt was beyond anything I had ever known on earth. It was pure, unconditional, and infinite. Then the light spoke to me, not in words but telepathically. I asked, "Are you God?" The light answered,
"Yes, I'm the light, but we are not separate. You are part of me. We are one."
The light knew everything about me. My entire life unfolded before me like a movie. I relived my past, and I felt the emotions that my actions had caused in others. It was humbling, even painful, to face the moments when I had acted without love. Yet the light never judged me, it simply loved me. And I even discovered something I never expected. God has a sense of humor. We laughed together about how seriously I had taken life on earth. The light reminded me that life is a grand play, and we should not take it too seriously. The light shared with me universal knowledge. I remembered that we are eternal beings, that we were never created, because we have always existed. We are God experiencing Himself through matter. Life is an infinite cycle of union and expansion. Thoughts are creative, and the more we love, the more we vibrate, the more we emit light. On the other side, everything happens instantly. there is no delay between thought and reality. At one moment, I looked at myself and saw that I too was made of light. Sometimes I was not even a form anymore, but just a point of consciousness floating in the vastness of the universe. It was a state of unity and bliss beyond description. But then, the light told me I had to return to Earth. I resisted. I didn't want to go back into my sick body. Then the light showed me a vision of my mother, crying desperately at my death. My heart broke, and I understood. I had to return. I was pulled back through the tunnel, faster and faster, until I re-entered my body. The sensation was harsh and uncomfortable, like squeezing into a wetsuit that was far too tight. My life, behind the veil. Since that day, my life has never been the same. I know now that we are so much more than this physical body, and that life never ends. I became more intuitive, and I've had visions of the future that later came true. My relationship with religion hasn't changed, because I don't practice any religion, but my trust in life, in love, and in the universal consciousness has deepened. I now try to put love into everything I do, even the smallest actions. I am deeply aware that my thoughts create my reality. When I shared my experience with others, some listened with openness, while others doubted. That no longer matters to me. What matters is that I know this experience was more real than anything else I've ever lived. Today, I live with a peace that nothing can take away. I no longer fear death, because I know it is simply a passage back to our true home. My life is now guided by one profound truth. Whatever we do, we must do it with love, because love is the vibration that connects us to the light. Thank you for watching this powerful testimony, an experience that reminds us that life does not end with what we see, and that love is the true key to our existence. If this video inspired you, feel free to share it, leave a comment to tell us your thoughts, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel to discover more fascinating stories that lift the veil on what lies beyond. Please take care of yourself and your loved ones. See you soon for another exploration.